Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 12th of June for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give you some standout details that we can all collectively relate to, but please stay with me. I will explore in much greater detail all the ins and outs of each of the 12 zodiac signs from Aries through to Pisces. If you're new here, it's great to have you with us. I'd be honoured if you would subscribe. This is very much a community. If you have any ideas or thoughts, please share them. I try to interact with most. And also, if you're a returning visitor, thank you so much for joining me once more. If you'd like to get your free written daily horoscope fired to your device each morning, please see the subscription link underneath this video. Now this week sees a battle between the senses of logic and emotion. The logic comes from the fact that the Sun is in the sign of Gemini, but was joined late last week by Mercury, the ruler of this sign. This probably is going to see a speeding up in the way we do share information, but both Saturn and Neptune are in house 12, the sign of Pisces, which of course is watery. So we've got the watery energies and restrictive vibe of Saturn applying to the logic and air of the Sun and Mercury in Gemini. So what does this mean? Well, essentially, because Saturn is influencing Mercury, it's possible that our nervous systems can be a little bit more limited. We may not have quite as much physical energy as we'd like, could feel more easily weary, stressed. But the Sun's clash with Neptune can be very draining, but also rather disorientating. It's possible that past energies or past events, because Pisces is the sign of culmination, can somehow inform our viewpoints in the here and now, or those of the people that we encounter. I don't think that this is the best of weeks to be sharing any sensitive or confidential issues with people we don't know very well. Social media in general can seem quite overwhelming and quite draining too. So the best thing that we can do is stay very much in touch with what our more perceptive, emotional and psychological senses are trying to tell us, and don't relate too quickly through our responses with the Sun and Mercury in the sign of Gemini. Now please stay with me for your individual zodiac sign. However, if you would like to ascend above your horoscope forecast and embrace the wonder of more serious astrology, if you give me 3 pieces of personal birth data of time, date and place of birth, I will provide for you your life roadmap report. This will give you a much more intimate understanding of the patterns of influence that have played out in your life so far. In my special package of 30% off, you can also get your 12-month personal forecast. Please see the link beneath this video for more information on this and to order. If you don't know your time, you can buy my solar package, also the life roadmap and the forecast, and also with 30% off by seeing the link beneath this video too. So Cancer, your week commencing the 12th of June forecast sees Venus getting a greater toehold in house 2, which can give you a real appreciation of the good things in life, whether it's very natural things like cooking food from scratch with some really good food ingredients, or perhaps something with a little bit of lush attached to it. But Venus is checked in the heart of this week by Saturn, so it's possibly not the best of weeks to be too extravagant. Also, Mercury has pitched up in your 12th house, and through to the 27th of the month, when Mercury makes its way into your sign, there could be moments when you just feel a little more sensitive, and there could be a need to just retreat somewhat. But Saturn is applying to Mercury this week, the second half of this week. So any limitations that you're experiencing can just seem amplified, and that could actually have quite an impact on your physical vitality or even your mood. your thinking may not be quite as sparkly as usual. Later in the week we have a new moon. Now the 12th house new moon is probably the most challenging of all the new moons. And of course the sign of Gemini that it's hosted in is very much about logic, and you're a sign that's predicated very much on feelings and protection, sometimes defensiveness. So the 12th house energy, even though it's a new moon, we kind of have to submit to it a little bit, particularly around our vulnerabilities, our fears, our anxieties. But because that is also in a square with the shimmering energies of Neptune, that too can be an amplified feeling. So I feel that this week at times you may, take comfort in some nice food, or some pursuits you have that are very gratifying. But actually what you're really being asked to look at is something that you have an innate strength for, the feeling domain, the sphere that's very much to do with our psychology. If you're someone who's very at ease with all of that, you can just, as I said, submit to this. Give yourself some moments of peace and tranquility, perhaps some solitude. If, people have demands upon you, as they may, if you can try to marshal and manage these the best you can and just take some time out, I think that could be very therapeutic. But I still feel, as long as you're not too quick to spend any money that comes in, some kind of financial fortune could show itself between now and the early part of October.